We're going to cross over to Paris. We have our correspondent, Ramin Mazaheri, on the streets. Ramin, another Saturday. Tell us what's going on today.
Well, Marte, if we had been able to talk about 5 minutes ago, we would have been able to finally show me getting tear gas live on TV. I guess we just got greedy and we were just trying to get some good images to show all of the state repression. And 5 minutes ago, I was just hacking up my lungs over on the sidewalk along with many other people. But there are people next to me who caught a rubber bullet in the leg, it really makes you wonder. This is the 6th month. How long can this really go on for? Like you said, this is the 23rd week, and there's nothing really that has changed. It's going on from the very beginning. It really is starting to be very, very embarrassing for my French colleagues on how badly they are reporting this. But, as you hear this shots behind me, today has been a very, very rough day. They have refocused on Paris. What they've been doing every 2 or 3 weeks, they go to different cities, they go, they make it focus in different places. Today it's back on Paris, so we have tens of thousands of people here. Now this is a demonstration which was actually permitted. There were other demonstrations today which were wildcat demonstrations because, the Macron administration, for all of their talk about, you see now, you see behind us, we're going to get gas on camera here, Marte. We're finally going to get it. It's really not so bad, it starts to, tickle the eyes, tickle the throat. It's when you really get it, when they shoot it right at your feet, that you will be covered up, doubled over, and spitting out your lungs. But, you have all these people here who are just trying to demonstrate, and the cops are just firing tear gas for the umpteenth time today. You can see how, people here, nobody wants to see gas, but for many people here, not just myself, but many protesters, many cameramen, many journalists, this is a regular thing. Now, what we see here, the tear gas starting to dissipate. This was nothing. This was no problem. Anybody would have been able to do what I'm doing and stand here and talk on camera. It's bad when it's right at your feet. And, now, we see the people here, they were just a bit too close to it, and it gets in your eyes, and it burns your skin, and it gets, you really can't breathe. And the only, recommendation I can give is you have to keep telling yourself, don't panic, it will pass. That's what happens really fast. Like it's, obviously happening to some of these people here. We have somebody there, we have people here on the ground that are incapacitated. And that's where I was about, 5-10 minutes ago. Well, I wasn't on the ground, but, I had medics saying, get going. And I'm like, I'm trying. But, I had, like this guy says right here, it's hard. It's not so easy when you've been tear gassed. So,
well, Ramin, be careful. Ramin, we do want you to report, but we don't want you choking and passing out on camera. And I also want you to be careful. So if you feel that the situation is not safe, please go elsewhere, and you can continue this report. Viewers, you're looking at these live images out of Paris, as police have been very aggressive today with the tear gas. As you can see, the smoke is quite thick, and as our correspondent Ramin has told us, tens of thousands of people once again are on the ground protesting. And of course, this protest was definitely one that the French government did not want to continue happening, and definitely didn't want it to take place today. But the demonstrators have been adamant about wanting to continue to put Paris under pressure, definitely because of the current government of Emmanuel Macron, that they feel totally that he and his administration is out of touch with the regular people. Again, you're looking at these live images out of Paris, as I've given our correspondent Ramin Mazaheri some minutes to get himself together, because he was pretty close in the line of fire of tear gas and was taking in some tear gas that I didn't want him to choke online. Ramin, are you with me or not?
sorry, say again, please.
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure you were with me because I wanted you to take a minute in order to breathe and move a little bit so you could, I don't want you just choking. Why is it that the police seem to be even more aggressive than usual today?
You know, I'm not sure that they are, Marcia. I mean, I can't count the number of times I've been tear gassed and the number of times I've avoided tear gas. I mean, this is not something that just happened during the Yellow Vest movement. You know, I mean, back in 2010, you had 3 million person marches against Sarkozy raising of retirement age. And there's tear gas from all of these, this guy says something I can't say on camera, but against the police. He's not a fan. Probably just got tear gas. And who knows? Maybe one of his friends just got shot by a rubber bullet. But this is what I'm trying to say here is that, you know, when you've been doing this for so long, it's not really a big deal. It's tear gas. You know, I mean, this is par for the course. I'm not worried about tear gas. I should probably wear a helmet more often from the rubber bullet. That's the real concern. But this has been going on for so very, very long. But, you know, today is a very rough day. It is, the focus. You have people from Belgium, people from Spain, people from the Netherlands. And when people come all this way to protest, against austerity, against, economic crisis, and they get gassed and they get pushed around and the cops charge them, they're going to engage in civil disobedience. So the day has been from start to finish at the legal demonstration. But, you see many people here, just like this person just walked by. She has a very dazed look in her eye. She probably just got gassed for the first time. The Yellow Vests, they have drawn out so many people who were not political, and we really have to say, how long can this go on? When we're talking about 6 months of Yellow Vest protests and tear gas every Saturday, violence every Saturday, medics, attending people who have been shot by rubber bullets every Saturday. I mean, it's really absolutely incredible. Of course, we say this all the time, if this happened in a country like Venezuela, or Iran, or China, or any country that was against Western imperial capitalism, they would be absolutely up in arms. But, for all of these people here, it's just yet another tear gas thing. It's not a big deal, but that shows how sort of jaded we have become.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting what you just said. It's interesting what you just said, because if we look at how the mainstream media actually has been covering these demonstrations, as you said, 6 months of demonstrations is not a little time every Saturday. And to be out in mass like this every week for 23 weeks is absolutely amazing. And the lack of coverage. And as you said, if these demonstrations were taking place in Caracas or in Tehran, definitely they would be the top story every day. I'm just wondering the type of rapport, if any, that you've established with people on the ground when they see that you and other independent journalists are on the ground and covering these demonstrations, whereas their own media many times are not. Tell me about that side of things, Remy.
Could I just say that last part again? Somebody was being nice about something that copy that you're getting again. Just please repeat your question.
I was just talking about overall rapport between you and people on the streets, because especially when they see you there every week and covering it, and from the perspective of trying to show the reality of what is happening on the ground, as opposed to the mainstream media in France or in other Western countries.
Well, I mean, the mainstream media in France, it's really amazing just how bad it is. You try and get some genuine information about what's happening. It's very, very difficult to find. You really have to rely on places like PressTV, like RT, like Sputnik. It's really, what's so really sort of amazing is that when French media do show up, they don't have their logo. They have to have 2 security guards, and it shows really how guilty they are, because the people know that that they are relaying information which is not even close to being objective, but which is totally really sort of against the people. So we're going to move aside here, let the cops clear through, and hopefully they're going to see that we are the press, and they'll be just fine. And we'll be fine. We only have to worry about people throwing things at the cops, but people here have been they've been hurt. They've been hurt, and they're angry, and they're very this is going on every week. Imagine if it's happening in Algeria or like you said, like Iran. We'd be totally demonized. But here we are, and they're getting extra pay for guys. I mean, this is, they're making the money. They're making 500. They're making 500 now. They're really close. They're making 500 euros a day for this, and they're having a good time. This is their sort of idea of fun for many of them. There are good cops. We interviewed one of them for a report last week. The French Union of Angry Cops. It's a funny name, but that's what they're called. And this police chief has said every week that the official numbers of the yellow vests are undercounted by 300 to 500%. 300 to 500%. So, and where's the media? Why is this guy only talking to PressTV? Why isn't he being interviewed constantly by French media? These are the questions that, all the people here and all the people at home, they all know because it's what they're all talking about at the cafes, at the water coolers. But the French media, if they don't relay it, it doesn't really exist to a foreign audience. So
well, tell me about that and how, Ramin, tell me about that and how that has affected the French populace in general.